to more into the deeper or into the, I mean, focusing some things Tina was speaking about. And as a whole, we have been speaking here, or we have heard about large aspects of principles and theories and how to perspective. Christina's lecture and in Tina's lecture, and I shall go now more to the people level. I mean to the individual also. How to encounter another person. Not to go to the most principles, but some things what are very important to take account when you are working with people, with human beings, with people with different kind of problems or just small kids. So you must always have also this perspective, what to take into the consider, what I know about things and what I know about myself. And I think in the whole, if you can put it into this kind of triangle, there is always in the middle where is this nice Gustavo, you had it yesterday. This.
That thing.
No,
with this.
The laser.
That one.
This?
Yes.
And how to use it?
No.
This? Okay. Oh, I love this. Okay. So, as you can see, in the context, in the middle of this triangle is people, individuals, groups, communities, their welfare, their better life quality, self-knowledge, and etc. Whatever it is. But that's in the focus when we are looking at the art from social services or social work perspective. That's the first thing. Not to do it, that they are the main, they are the, how do you say, main persons or main thing there. And then there are the communication interaction skills that they have, but also the professionals have how to work with them, how to interact with people. And then the tools we have got, how good we know this different kind of artists, visual, drama, music, and etc. And then in this side of the triangle is very important thing. I don't know if you have been thinking about it, but we feel in social work and in sectors we are doing with people. So it's very important that we know ourselves. We know, we are aware of our borders, what we can do, what we can't do, what are our limits or our possibilities also. And ability to reflect our own feelings and actions. And that's crucial, very important, that we are reflecting all the time. What did we feel when we were in this situation with these people? We made some art project. How we felt. What was I doing? I think that was not wise for me to say so, but everybody makes mistakes, or that's not mistakes. I mean we are people, human beings, so we make mistakes. That's not so dangerous. But dangerous is if we haven't got this ability or willingness to reflect ourselves and what we are doing, and that we have the responsibility all the time towards these people we are working with. And I think this is very crucial thing. We think it's important. And this isn't quite from. You remember yesterday who were in Happy? So they were this rap artist called not Eminem, but Seek, who is the most popular one in Finland. He had done 2 full stadium concerts last weekend with young people. He is an idol, and they told there in Happy that he has begun his career in Happy. He has been rehearsing there, and now he is going now and then to meet the young people.
Not actually in the Happy, but with those same people and workers.
And with workers, okay.
Yeah, those same workers, but not in Happy, because Happy didn't exist.
Okay, sorry, but the same people, the youth worker, yes.
Youth worker.
So you can see that they have been empowering him, and now he's not only them, but it has been Shirley. And one of our very famous Eminem called, I think he has very essential thing what he says. I don't care if you are black, white, straight, bisexual, gay, lesbian, short, tall, fat, skinny, rich or poor. Simple as that. It's simple as that, is it? But is it simple? I mean,
It should be.
it should be, yes. But it's not, and we have got our own emotions, our own feelings, our own, towards other people. But we must be aware of it. And if you are nice to me, I will be nice to you. That's also a simple thing. But it's a very simple thing which people very often forget. And that's I think very important thing for professionals or which are dealing or which are acting with people to remember also. But being nice doesn't mean that I'm not angry sometimes, or I restrict some things or make some rules, but you can get the idea. To be nice, just to be nice. If everybody in the world would be nice to each other, so we, in the morning when we go to the bus, we would smile or just say hello, or if somebody is saying to you to be. So I don't know why it's sometimes so hard, Okay, but here are some things in social service context which are in interaction, which are the bridges. And maybe there are some points Christina had also in her lecture, and also Tina, but caring is one thing, that we care of the people we are working with. Empowerment, you spoke, Tina, about it, that we give the people the power to decide of their own. We don't take the power from them. We are encouraging them to make themselves and to feel that they know that they can. As you saw in Happy yesterday, I think the same was maybe in the other place. As you noticed, what was the principle there? That the young people do themselves. The adults and the professionals are as facilitators if they need. But the main thing is that they get the power to manage their life, that when they notice that they can do it themselves. Okay, trust, it's a very complex thing, and it's very difficult things, but it's the obvious, it's the core. I think it's the core thing. If we don't gain trust, when we are working with the people, you can't gain anything. And the trust, I could open it, but it's very much inside. But the trust is also that you don't lie to people. You are open. You keep what you promise. If you can't something, you can say it. I mean, it's also that admitting that now I don't know, or I can't now help you, but I can give you some other empathy. It's how to empathy is in simple that I can switch roles with some other. I can be 1 minute Gustavo, or I can be 1 minute somebody else here, Tina or somebody, and maybe feel what she can feel. Or and that's a very crucial thing in working with people, that we can imagine how it is to be somebody other, to be the kid who hasn't got any parents, or to be the elderly man or woman who are alone, or so. But that doesn't mean that we are feeling pity. That's not. But we are feeling empathy. We can understand, and then we have got better position to help. Mutuality, confidentiality, it's the same as also the trust. And then I put here nonverbal communication, because if you everything is not what is said, it's much how we are. You know, you can see if you sit, you can how you are towards the people, how you look. Do you look at the eyes, or do you just show your back? Or so you can read very much about people, looking their body language also, and to be aware of your own. Okay, and then the black spots of interaction in the opposite is anxiety. And this is, I think, quite interesting thing in art, making art, because it's often, you know, a bit making anxiety also to provide it. And there is I haven't got now time, but there is on this kind of meter that a small part of anxiety can be good thing. But if the people who are making together are feeling very much anxiety, so the anxiety does increase. I mean decrease our creativity. It's this kind of. If you are very anxious, so the creativity goes down, and if you feel free, so the creativity is higher. And we always it's on this kind of myth that the artists, they must be anxious that they can create, but we must be aware that we help. And of course stereotyping and bias, personal space also, I think mental, physical, when we are working with people. So I think this is a very cultural thing. For example, I could guess that in Spain you are used that people are touching each other. Yes, they are coming. I'm doing it always, so I like to Spain, you know. But in Finland, for example, it can be very, very hard. It can be very difficult for some people. So in crises, for example, or in situations, you must be very careful. I had one situation with my student, because I'm like, you know, I have my, I don't know why, but I'm, you know, it's important to me to touch. And once my student said, she was like this, and very, very angry, and I couldn't understand, why are you so angry? I asked, have I done something to you? So she said, I don't like that you come so near. So we must be with the people also, but this is a cultural thing. And I can guess that in, am I right, in Spain, so it's in opposite way, maybe. But to feel that people have different kind of attitudes or feelings about that. And then the contradictory in values, what Christina was also saying, that you must be aware that we can have different kind of values with the people we are working with. So the question is, whose values is the right one? Or is there a right one? And as a professional, What's your position? Should you give aloud what you are thinking about it, or should it be so that everybody has the right? This is an ethical thing also to think about. To not put your values to the peoples you are working with. Can you catch what I mean? Because this is also often very difficult thing. I can't stand that person don't like. I mean that she's feeling she don't like old people, or I can't understand something, my values. So that's why it's so important that we go through our own. And then the thing in the last, what Tina was saying, that we must be aware what we are taking responsibility, what we are not harming anyone who, for example, a traumatized person. We can do art, of course, but we are not going to make therapy, you know, and to discuss about the happenings which have been with art or something, because we can make more harm then. Okay.
It's like yesterday the director of the Jack House said about this child who was rapping a song.
Yeah.
And we told her the story, a hard story, but it would have been impossible to tell the story with the rap.
Yeah.
With rap.
But I think about her story, I didn't say it, but I think maybe it's so that she told that this one guy, I tell to everybody, there was one guy in Happy who was had very traumatic history, and he came to Happy, and he has been very many times in therapy, and he didn't like it, and then he just made a song where he told everybody everything in the song, and he asked this Happy's director to come and listen to it, and the director of Happy said that it was very emotional moment for her because it was so touching, and that she thought she must be, you know, not crying now. And I don't think it's not so bad to cry. That's I feel we can also cry with the client or with the people, but we don't. Not so that he is comforting us, but as to just to show the sympathy, I mean empathy, that I understand you have had a hard life. But anyhow, so he said that the therapy wasn't good at all. But I think one angle in this, maybe we don't know, maybe without the therapy he wouldn't have begin with the story. I don't know. But we don't, you know, there is everything is connected with everything, so we don't know about what is. It's so much helping. But this was a very nice story.
Yeah, and I think that rapping was the tool to process all those his history and things that have happened.
Yes, that's
his
true.
emotions.
Yes, yeah. Just so I thought also.
Therapy didn't work because it wasn't the right instrument, tool.
Yes, that's true. And then he might be have some help also. Okay, that's true. Very true. A good example. But now I see the time is running, and I want to do with you something. So I skip some, because this is so wide. Did you get something ideas about how to encounter a person? So the ethical thing. Well, now we are going to the ethics, and there are some ethical principles here. Key questions: human worth and human rights in social work. I mean, value foundation of what is an ethical conflict problem. What are the principles which guide us? Why should we be sensitive towards ethical issues, ethical problems, and ethical dilemmas in our work? And what are our codes And I think in the end today, I wish you think about the ethical codes you think in this project is obvious or important. And I don't go these through now because I go to the case. And the case is, do you see this? Näkyykö täällä nyt se, saaks mä sen sivun? Okay, but I tell the story. I then show you.
Sä voit selittää, mä voin
Okay.
sulle sen sinne.
Okay. It considers a photographer whose name is Sarah Naomi Levkovich, and she has gotten photo share in this press Sanomatalo. There is a World Press exhibition. Have you been seeing
Yes.
it? Have you been seeing a series about the domestic violence situation? Okay, this is the case we are now looking at a bit. How many of you have seen it? Okay. Did you think about it after you saw it? Did it?
It was not prepared. Serious.
Okay, don't worry, because we are now going to. I explain the situation. It's a photographer, very famous one, who has been photographing different kind of people, and she found on family, or it was a young woman and her 2 kids, small kids, 2 and 4-year-old or something. And then she had been together a few months with a man who had escaped, released from prison. This man. Okay. And she interested in the couple, and she interested in how is it to come out from prison. How is the life afterwards? And she asked if she can, follow them and take some photos about the family. The man, which they had been together 2 months with a woman with 2 children, and the children were not the man's children. Okay, then the process, she took photos, and now I just show the photos, and afterwards I say what is the question.
Pitäisikö valoja pistää nyt vähän?
Joo.
Se oli nyt niinku kohdistettu silleen, että se oli just sen...
Meet mä siinä nuolella vai millä?
Se on sieltä kuvan.
Sorry, she's my assistant.
Yeah.
No, this is, but she's the master of PowerPoints. Mistä se päästä?
Se meni tänne tuohon kuvan päälle. Niin
Okay. So this is just a series of the photos you can see in the Sanomatalo also. She took about, this is the whole group, the children, and she's very young, 19 or something, and the man who had got out of the prison. They are in the amusement park. It's very wow, charming photo. This is one photo from the car, I think.
Yeah.
He is holding the little child. Now it begins. In the one evening they came from they were in some pub, and it was a situation there that some women were flirting with this guy or something, and then it happened something that this woman didn't, Maggie she's called, didn't like it, and then they went home. And after they came home, it was some happy part of it. Oh, this is not. This is they are in the barber shop. He's with that very nicely. This is nice situations. He's hugging this child. Then they are sitting in some McDonald's or something. Now they began to fight. Then they had a big argue when they came home. And this Sarah, photographer, was all time taking photos. And but this was not constructed situation. It was very spontaneous thing. No. Here he is angry to her because he didn't like what she did in the pub, and they began to fight. Okay. And the photo, it has been raised very much. Here he is, getting very angry and frightened, and this photographer Sarah did take all the time, documented the situation. And in the end he got violent, the guy, and got on the and all the time the photographer didn't do anything, didn't go to help anybody, but she thought, now I must documentate this, I'm artist, this is the thing. And in the end, this is the photo which has been raised very, very much attention, because you see there is the small child who is crying, afraid, she is attacking, and the photographer, this Sarah, is here taking the photos. And after, it was a friend who then called police, and after this they catch him and put him to the prison. But the issue is here now that this photographer has had very, very much email and questions. Why didn't she take her away, or why didn't she go and stop this? And she said that it happened something to her, that she wasn't the photographing role of herself was active, and afterwards she said that this has been the most difficult situation she has been ever. And now the task you have after this, and this is a complex thing, because we can it has been spread. She won the second prize in the whole this competition of the WordPress photos about the domestic violence, how cruel it is, how terrible it is, how you must do something. And the photographer had also been following this Maggie afterwards, and she's now getting better and doing better, and he is in prison. But anyhow, this is the end of my show. This is from this Kanka, and I hope you have read this Kanka's article, which is in the net for today. This is life stories and arts in child welfare, enriching communication. This is a very good article about, and if you haven't yet read it, so I recommend that you read it, because it's depending the same things. And she says, Kankan and Bardi, that storytelling and expressive art can be seen as a kind of nest building, a process of taking over a space individually or as a community. It is seductive and contains opportunities for both good and evil, as do all essential things. Therefore, it is extremely important to consider and agree on an ethical code of conduct on producing and sharing stories, making art, and on their possible wider dissemination. So that's also your task now, to think about the ethical codes of your case. And those who work with people have a right and responsibility to develop their self-knowledge also. Thank you, and thank you for activity.
activity.